What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So I wanted to do a video talking about all the life skill buffs that I use. A lot of people have been asking me, especially for the new gathering treasure item, and people were like, oh, what do you use and everything. So I just kind of wanted to go through it. The other day I made a video for best PvE buffs, and I would say life skill is a lot more condensed, and it's a lot easier to actually figure out. So kind of wanted to talk about that one. It's going to be a lot more simple. So let's get straight into it. All right, so we're not talking about the gear this time. Just what you could do to get more XP, mastery, and if you're doing certain life skills like training, for horse training, there's a little bit of a branch off of that as well. But with that said, let's go over everything. One being the Resplendence Khan's Heart. This one just gives plus 25 for wearing it. And then, of course, the Alchemy Stone effects. So that's something you want to look at if you're a newer player as well. So what are we going to look at in terms of life skill buffs? This is what I use. Let me just show you. This is the one I have. Starting off with the Seafood Crown Meal. This one is the only life skill one compared to PvE and PvP, where you have two different options. Seafood is the only one because it gives life skill XP and it lowers your cooking and alchemy time if you're doing that, processing rate, and more mastery. Next one, we have the Laura's Warm Black Tea. Obviously, this is an event item, but it's really good for people who do horse training and gathering. I personally use it more for gathering, simply because gathering item drop rate is the highest priority, and it just helps, especially for people who are going for the treasure item nowadays. So really nice. Next, we have the Verdure Draft, which is mostly just life XP and cooking, processing buffs as well. Item weight limit is plus 200. These are very cheap. I would recommend picking these up if you haven't. Just buy 100 at a time, and then it should last you, 25-ish hours. Next, we have the Perfume of Swiftness. Now, these do get kind of expensive for 20%. Is it worth it? I think so if you're trying to push leaderboard numbers, but it doesn't really give anything besides XP and weight limit. Like all the movement, gathering, fishing speed, you should probably have plus 5 by default, just with other buffs going on. But if you care min-max about all this, this is a good thing for under 15 mil most of the time. Next, we have the Tent Buff Turning Gates Scroll. This is the same one you buy from Tent Buff in scroll form, which I need to restock. And Energy Recovery is actually very nice, simply because if you're gathering, you want to go as long as possible, and the higher the energy pool you have, the better it is for time gathered. Next thing we have, this one is actually fairly new, the Blessing of Mystical Beast, the life skill mastery plus 100. And if you've ever wondered why the Lightstone thingies are more expensive, let me show you. These thingies, the imperfect Lightstones, they're now 10 mil each instead of minimum price back in the day. It's because those scrolls exist and people want to get these simply because there's no house furnishings that give straight mastery. I believe these are the only way, compared to the Blessing of Mystic Beasts, where you can get these in furniture form. But the scrolls are the only way to get mastery 100 for now, at least. The next thing we want to talk about that I have on my ferry would be, if you have these Fugar magical elixirs, I would mostly use this one for horse training. Let's say you do all your gathering for the day, and you still have 10 hours or 8 hours. What should you do? Just go horse training on it. This one is a very solid one. Once again, event item. You don't really get these regularly, so don't just use them randomly. Mount XP is very hard to come by, and then life mastery, energy recovery. So if you're combining this one with Turning Gates, it's plus 5 per hour, and that's a nice bonus. After that, we have Secret Book of Florin and Giovan's support scrolls. Now, these two do stack, so 100 mastery plus 20 life XP. So it's 200 mastery plus 40 life XP. These are very valuable in my opinion, simply because mastery, if you already have them pre-owned accessories and at like, let's say Hex or something, getting another 200 mastery would require a lot more silver, like literally hundreds of billions, or getting your life skill levels up into the high gurus to be the equivalent. So I would recommend using this if you're already like 2,000 to 2,500, and this should boost you up another 200. So if that puts you up into a couple of new brackets, or when you're already geared, that's when I would use it. So yeah, these are valuable. Don't just use them randomly. Let me show you how to get them actually. So first and foremost, you want to have these Liana's Catalyst and Ludwig's Catalyst. You buy them from the NPC right here. You can buy like total of 6 every week. And you're probably wondering, where do I get the petals from? You do the main quests, or main quest over here. Just do the ones, they reset once a week. I believe it's on Wednesdays. And then you just go do various life skills, like you just get the fairy powder, go gather a little bit, and then turn it in. Go cooking, alchemy, very easy. And then you simple alchemy these two, and then it gives you one of the green scrolls, and that's how you get them every week. Other than that, to buy events and stuff, so not too hard. Next thing, life mastery. You know, the daily scrolls where you get to pick the combat and life XP buff. I usually pick the life one because combat XP is a little bit irrelevant after 66 unless you're actually going for it. Plus, they give you a lot more extra combat scrolls weekly just by doing various things. And so, yeah, it's one of those. Let me see. What else do I have? If you want to use the event life books, they kind of give these out pretty regularly nowadays. So these are just plus 50 life XP, always nice to have. If you have 3 of these life scrolls, you can combine it into the 150 scroll, but you know, you kind of have to lock in for an hour. Otherwise, if you're just doing half and half and various different things, if you're not using the full hour, you might as well just keep the 50. More event items, which is this one, Ellie's Magical Elixir. Once again, not really common. Through events only, plus 30 XP. And yeah, so I want to talk about a few other things for all of you who are doing horse training, because this one kind of confuses a little bit of new players. So horse training is broken down into mastery, training XP, and mount XP. So training XP is this one, or yeah, this one, right? And then that goes to the life skill level. Horse XP is your mount XP. They're not the same, despite it might sounding the same. And then mastery is, the higher your mastery, the higher your mount XP and the capture rate, if that makes sense. So if you want your horse to level up faster, horse XP. If you want the life skill training level to increase, then you want training XP. All right, so with that said, things I use for that, a lot of these are event items. They just kind of give these so regularly. You see how there's 2 different XPs. You want to stack that one, mount XP, plus another. These all stack to 1 hour to 10 hour, and of course there's aura. So that one is another like 70% for people who are specifically AFK looping their horse to level it up. Stonetail Windmill for another 10% mount levels, training, and life mastery. Celerity Draft. These are the event ones that last for 10 hours, but I believe they have separate ones. Yeah, they have the sellable ones on the market. These are just, 6 hours, essentially. Most people, if you leave it on, you just keep your continuous care on while you're on that one. And then, yeah, that's kind of what you have for that one. And let me see, are there any extras? We talked about most of the extras. Anything that gives mastery, life XP, and that one is different. There's a few pearl items that you can get from the different outfits that give like processing through your storage, and then cooking tools and everything. Alchemy, reduce the time. Do you need them? Not really. I mean, to give more XP, it's nice to have pay to win, of course, but do you need it? No. There's one other thing that a lot of people do not like doing, myself included. I haven't finished it yet. But if you do the dailies in this island, the Papu Otter Island, every day you can get those like rainbow fish coin thingies, whatever, and then you can get donkey gear. And you know how like you get your Krogdalo horse gear, right? They have donkey gear, but that one gives life XP. So is it worth getting? It's 10%, I believe. So it's not a huge deal, but if you're min-maxing, it is a big deal. Otherwise, you just go to the horse market. They really need to actually just change this. For the people who enjoy doing it, like you'll find a donkey Krogdalo gear that gives up to 10%. They really need to just multiply this by like 100 because of how tedious this is. So if it's like 8 to 10 billion for a donkey gear, I think people would actually do them more often. But at the prices it currently is, it's not worth it. So everyone that has it is basically getting it, you know, through themselves. This thing has been out for multiple years. Very few sales, just because the price is terrible. So, and it takes what, like 20 days ish to get them, and that's not great. So yeah, that's one of those hidden things that you really have to keep a character on the island, do the quests every day to get. Is it fun? No. Is it something you want to do if it's min-max? Yep. So one of those things. Anyway, let's see what else. Oh yeah, so if you're a beginner, this is kind of going into the gear, but if you don't have the Trent's tier ready, I don't remember what quest you have to do, because when I got it, it was through a season reward, but I think they changed that over time, and it should probably be in one of your like suggested or main quests somewhere. I believe you just Google it, but that's the free version before you get to con. So let me see. I guess some extra things I'll talk about real quick. Life skills. This is what your crystal setup. This is the best in slot, what you should have. These are the end game ones. You could get the wand crystals by gathering, putting an order on the market. Wand and bond, like these thingies. This is what they look like. These sell pretty regularly. For all the gatherers out there, you might want to put, like, if you're trying to buy one, put an order on these now, simply because a lot of people are gathering for the treasure item, and these proc, you know, in like multi procs up to 2 to 3, kind of not regularly, but not uncommonly. And then the life crystals. Where is it? Let me see. These combined or functional? Yeah, so these things, the Jin bonds, these, if you combine 5 of these, it turns into a bond. 5 bonds turn into a Jin. Life and vital, these are like, this is what the Verdure crystals are. So these are just have the combined effects of these. But if you're early on into the game and you only have one, I would probably go for life XP until you hit Guru with whatever life skill you're doing, and then switch to Mastery, because Mastery is more important, will make you more money. But XP will get you more Mastery total, like, you know how it gives you +5 until like Guru 50, starting at like Master or something, or not Master, probably like low Guru. And then, yeah, you get +5 per level. So these are pretty good. And then you get combined 1 total. Anything else that I can talk about for all of you life skillers out there? Let's just go over this real quick. Gathering. This is what I use. Yawning Hedgehog, the best in slot 1, double gathering item drop rate artifacts with item drop rate. That's what you want for treasure items, pieces. Mastery, energy recovery. So if you have this and the other buffs going, you could have like +6 energy recovery per 3 minutes. And then if you have other buffs, it could go up further. I have cooking mastery on here for Imperial Chef for cooking, because I do Imperial delivery every day. So if you do talk to this person and you do Imperial delivery extra free money on top of that. Alchemy, I don't think this is the best in slot one, simply because probably mastery is a little bit better, but this one's just an all-around good one that gives alchemy time minus down. XP is a little bit important to me, and then of course mastery. So I just used a fragment of a star, a spoonful of the moon. I don't think this is the best in slot one, but it's just an all-arounder good one. Clang for processing, just once again all around. All you want is processing success rate, and that's the best one. Fishers, if you are not using the pay to win rod, you want auto fishing reduction. You want to catch as many fish while you're AFK as possible. If you're doing like active fishing, or you have the pay to win rod that's already max durability reduction and everything, you like the auto fishing time, you want gear durability to fish as much as possible with the pay to win rod. So this one is gear durability reduction plus 30%. That's good. Training, I use Into the Sunset with mount XP to level it faster. Training and mastery and everything is just a bonus. Hunters, I use Canine Tooth. Crit rate is extremely important, and then hunting XP and mastery, always nice too, but crit rate for hunting is important. And I think that's it. So with that said, all the buffs that I used here, just everything I had in general. A lot of it is event items, admittedly, these important ones for training and all this stuff, but without it, daily scroll life, and then seafood cron, tent buff. If you can get the blessings or try to make them, recommend it. Verdures and perfumes, that's what I would use. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We've got a bunch of stuff coming out with next week's patch, and hopefully you stick around. So I will see you guys later. Peace.